Next Saturday, the 514 Remembrance Alliance and Maston District Councilwoman Zanetta Everhart are coming together to bring the second annual Buffalo Black Caucus to Canisius University.
This year's event will feature panel discussions, roundtable sessions, and keynote addresses. We're joined now by Zanetta to talk more about this. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the keynote speakers and some of the big events with this.
Yeah, so again, Buffalo Black Caucus, Saturday, May 11th at Canisius University. We're really, really excited. We started this in response to 514, just to provide people in the community with some of the resources that were talked about after 514, right? As it relates to housing and food insecurity and things like that. And so we have a number of speakers, really excited. But what we did was we actually partnered with local organizations who are actually on the ground doing the work already. So those are our big people. Those are our keynote speakers, because we want to highlight the people who are actually doing the work. And so we'll have presentations from Pastor George Nicholas, who is a part of the African American Health Equity Task Force. Of course, Franchelle Parker from Open Buffalo. We'll have Drea Denora there, who will be talking about food justice. So there will be some amazing, amazing speakers. We're also going to be joined by Erie County Legislator Howard Johnson, who's going to be talking about civics and why we need to diversify civics and get more Black and brown people to jump out there and run for office, right? It's really, really important. But we'll also be joined by MMB Realty Group, who's going to be talking to people about home ownership and programs to help you buy a home, and then also information about how can you fix up your home, right? There's a lot of programs out there that can help our residents fix up their home, but people just don't know about it. So it's going to be a jam-packed day, and I'm really, really excited about it.
You have been a member of the Buffalo Common Council for not very long, but you have been on this couch multiple times talking about efforts very similar to this.
Yes.
You're bringing back the Education Committee and other committees on the council to bring community members off the streets and into City Hall and into the conversation.
Absolutely.
This very much feels like that, but with so many different resources.
Absolutely, because information is power. Yeah. The more information people have, the better off they are to help themselves, right? We have to give people the power to fix their community or fix their own personal lives. And that's exactly what the Buffalo Black Caucus is. We just want to make sure that Black Buffalo knows that there are resources available to them, and that, no, they don't have to come downtown to City Hall and pay $10 to park. We can bring that information in their community, and that's where they should be able to access it, right? Absolutely.
And those were a lot of important conversations that happened after 514. Unfortunately, it took a horrific incident to happen in Buffalo for those conversations to happen. So why is it important for you that they continue to happen?
Well, we have to continue those conversations, because without them, what are we doing? Yeah. What is government, right? What is the function of government if we're not continuously giving people what they need? And it's also consistency, right? A lot of times we have information sessions, especially on the east side of Buffalo, but they're like one-offs, right? Yeah. It's like, we have this information session and then we have another one in 2 years. It's like we have to be consistent with that information to make sure that people know what resources are available, how can government assist your life, right? And again, instead of coming downtown, we have to make it accessible, right? Everyone doesn't have a car. Everyone doesn't have $10 to park to come ask a question, right? And that's what this is about. The caucus is about that, but I'm about that, right? As the councilwoman for the Maston District, we hit the ground running in January, right? We've held a number of events, information sessions, but doing exactly what the Black Caucus is about, bringing the information in the community.
All right, so let's talk logistics before we switch gears. Time, place, and then do people have to be there all day? Can they come and go? That kind of thing.
Yeah, so absolutely. So you can go visit buffaloblackcaucus.com. We have a full list of different classes that are offered. They're all offered at different times. Some of them are offered on top of each other, but you are welcome to come and go throughout the whole day. There will be breakfast, there will be lunch. We will have a number of really cool activities too, art activities that you can participate in. There will be some panel discussions to kick off the day. But yes, 10 to 4, Canisius University at the Student Center. We're taking over the whole building, and shout out to Canisius because they are amazing, my alma mater. They always let me come in and provide these amazing resources for the community, and yes, go Griffs.
All right, let's switch topics really quick. We have more information on the Black Caucus, by the way, on WIVB.com. State of the City address by Mayor Byron Brown was yesterday. He announced, I think one of the biggest things was that tax levy increase. As a part of the Common Council, what are your thoughts on it, and what are you guys talking about doing about it?
Yeah, so listen, two things in life are guaranteed: death and taxes. Right? It's not lost on me. We have to raise taxes. That's just natural, right? Taxes hasn't been raised in the city of Buffalo in 20 years, and that's not really a good thing, right? And so it should have been raised incrementally, in my opinion, over the years. And no, we can't just jump out there and, put 9% on the people. We can't do that, right? And so yes, taxes will be raised, but 9% for me is high. It's way too high, right? I don't want to pay 9% tax rate, so yeah, it's way too high, and we have to think about our residents, but also we do need a tax increase because we have to pay for services. I live on the east side of Buffalo. I represent east side residents. Our streets are terrible. I'm gonna be honest about that. So to get those services and to get our streets cleaned up and fixed up, we're gonna have to raise taxes.
All right. Janetta Everhart, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your thoughts on the budget, and certainly if anyone missed any information on the Buffalo Black Caucus, it's all on our website, WIVB.com, including that QR code if you wanted to scan to learn more.
Absolutely.
Thank you. For being here.
Thank you for having me.
Councilwoman, thank you. Let's get to that forecast. Beautiful day out there, Todd.
So nice.